Welcome to Late to the Show. I'm your host, Prophet74, and today I'm gonna bring an Elgato card, a 4K card, and today is not a video about talking about the reviews on this system. We're just gonna upgrade our system. So basically, I had the regular 1080. Now I feel like I need more power to capturing better quality of services for you guys. So I'm hitting the big boys, and we're gonna capture a 4K now. We're gonna try to capture a 4K. So I'm gonna upgrade my last one I had, which is a 1080. We're gonna see if we can bump it up. But before you can do that, we're gonna open it up and unseal it, and then we're also gonna install it at the same time. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now this card is a little expensive right off the bat, right? It's just I finally threw in I finally ended up buying it because you know, it was the other one. It was a little old already. I had it for a couple of years already, and it's time to at least move on now. So I do need a second card, and now I'm gonna actually put that card into another system. And here we are. We're gonna open it up. You guys seen the reviews on this? There's so much. And if you guys are not familiar with streaming cards, it's basically you're gonna be gaming, and the card's gonna be doing the hard work by streaming it out. Pretty much it's like having a secondary machine instead of one. So most of the big streamers have two machines. One uses a card to capture, and the other one uses the system to actually play. Now you can play and capture at the same time in the same system without seeing any dramatic changes in your network or in the actual gameplay. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what you can get. So first of all, the card profile is a lot smaller. It seems like it's the same size as the other card, the 1060, but this is a second version of the 4K card. There's a larger card, that they give you, but this is a smaller one. Not bad. So the card is actually fits in the palm of my hand. PCIe, a small little footprint in your system. If you have make sure you have a extra slot for this one. Elgato card manual. And then they give you another one for a different kind of profile. If you have a secondary slot where you could actually fit it in, or if you have a USB that ties down, or side angle. I mean, this is for the smaller versions of those small little desktops or motherboards that you guys have. So the profile is a lot smaller on this one. They give you a freaking sticker. They give you a Elgato sticker. Not a big fan, but people like them, you know. Other than that, they give you the cables too. They give you one cable, so they're getting cheaper by not giving you the secondary, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So now we're gonna bring in this bad boy, and we're gonna actually put it together. So let's open it up now. I like how they little seal it and they keep it out there. So it's very simple to actually set these up. Now you can see the 4K. It's very simple. One goes in, one goes out. You know, say you have a PlayStation. You put in your PlayStation in here, and you'll start capturing. The system's gonna start capturing all your PlayStation games. And then if you want to play on the monitor, because if you try to play within the computer itself, there's a little lag there. So you connect this to the monitor, you're able to stream and play at the monitor with the monitor. So the only thing is, like, you have to have a monitor just for that purpose, or a TV that you can plug in, whatever you want. They have wireless devices you could just plug in and have any monitor you could plug in pretty much, but that's another video we could do and another setup. So this is the card. It's just about the same size as the 60. So then we're not going to do a review and a comparison on how fast it is and everything. We're just going to install it. That's pretty much what we're going to do. And this is a gaming show, so we're going to upgrade our gaming rig to a 4K. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take you to that journey of installing. If you've never seen it before, well, now you have. Let's go ahead and start. Currently I have 64 gigs on it. NZXT water cooling system, of course, the RTX 2080 Ti card, and of course we have here, if you guys see it right now, it does have the Elgato card, and on top of that there is right here, if you guys could see it, this is actually my extended slot for 2 terabyte cards. So I do have two M.2s in here. All right, so here we go. We're gonna remove it, and just removing the screw, simple as that. One screw I have in there, and then we're gonna raise it. And this is the HD60. We're gonna replace it for a 4K. You do have to replace the software too. It's not the same software, so that's another thing. And it has the in and out But you can see it, it's already too many tries plugging it in that I faded out this in drive. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same setup. It's just a matter of keeping it dust free, and we're gonna reuse this one for another system. So this is a really good card. Highly recommend either one card. 4K is a little bit overkill right now, because this is, even if you want to do as 4K, the only way you can do as 4K is through Twitch right now. You could do YouTube later down the line, but there's issues with this, so maybe you want to hold off on that. There's various cards coming out in the future too, so but this is a really slim down. It's like having a whole new computer on the side just to stream. That's pretty much what it is. So really expensive too. I mean, if you're gonna spend almost 300 bucks on a card, that's up to you. This one's not that expensive, but the 4K it is. So let's go ahead and install it. Now this is a 4K and the 60 Pro. If you guys can see it, same size, nothing different, same connections, same everything. Is going to take on the same slot, but it does say PCI Express card is different. If you guys can see it, PCIe Express, so you're gonna have to have that slot available. If you guys can see it, the little difference there. All right, so you need that extra boost there. So if you have a motherboard that does not have that slot, you're kind of asked out on that. So make sure you're aware of that before, right? If it's compatible with your system, because that is very important. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install it, and I'm gonna install it from the top, but it's kind of a little close, cutting a little close right next to my actual video card. But the video card itself has a fan in the back here, so I don't have to worry too much about the clearance, of course. But it's gonna be really tight where I have it. And see if I could plug the sucker in there, and there's like maybe a couple of centimeters of clearance, to be honest with you, but it's not touching the system, so there's enough gaps for any air to come in here. Now I don't really want to recommend you to do something similar to this, because if you have a heated area, you might damage something, either your video card or or this card. But this card doesn't overheat too much. It's been tested out pretty well. That's why they don't even have fans. They pretty much have little grills that where all the heat is supposed to be venting, and now the heat is not going to vent from the top. It's going to vent to the bottom, so it's not even going to mess around with the card. But if you have a secondary fan right next to it, you might have a problem. And unfortunately, the good thing is that I don't have a second fan. I have one fan only on this card, so which is great. So now we're just gonna lock it in there in place. All right, so it's nice and tucked in. We are gonna set up the software now and make sure that we get the right application. But while I have it open, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the whole thing out, because there's a lot of dust in here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it out too.